Hello Com2 students. I am going to show you how to access the databases for your final TV movie presentation speech with your partner. Remember that for this particular speech, you do need to have two sources outside of your textbook. And I don't want you just going to .coms. I want you to use things that are more legit, things that actually have been verified and considered, because this should be good stuff that you are citing to back up your reasoning and your ideas that you have for improving this relationship that you've chosen. So I wanted to show you first that you don't have to go outside of Canvas in order to access this. Well, I mean, you do, but you can access the link in Canvas. So right here in the left-hand menu of our classroom, we have a CCC library link. Go ahead and click that. And it will take you directly to our library page. If it tries to tell you to enroll or gives you some kind of login, just use your usual network login that you use when you try to get into things here on campus, like Canvas and WebAdvisor, etc. And you would click Go to the Course. And then here you're going to see some tabs. Assuming you want to use the electronic databases, I mean, you can access some of our books and things like that from here too, but I suggest going ahead and going to our databases because that's usually the best place to do this. And it takes you directly to a page that looks like this. This is useful, by the way, not just for this speech and for this class, but for all kinds of papers and speeches and things that you have to do that involve research on this campus. You've probably already received some training in this somewhere else, so this might be a refresher course for you, or maybe you've never received this training, and if you haven't, here's your first shot. Hopefully this will be valuable to you. You're going to get articles and information that is so much better than stuff you're going to get on Google. Google's full of fake news, we know that, right? You'll see that we actually have a database called Communication and Mass Media Complete, and a lot of the concepts that we talk about in our communication course can be found within this particular database. Now, I haven't played with this yet, so forgive me. You know, sometimes research takes some time, but notice that it links directly to another database that you've probably used before if you do have training in this, called EBSCO. So I'm going to go ahead and try to just plug in NAPS stages, and see the database already knows what it is because this links directly to communication concepts that we have, and click search, and you're going to see all kinds of things. Well, this one only happens to have 2 articles, but that give you more information about NAPS model, maybe about how it applies to specific kinds of relationships, for example, maybe same-sex relationships, or how NAPS stages work in dysfunctional relationships. Who knows? You'll find stuff like that as well. You could even plug in, I'm trying to think of other things that you guys might be looking for. Listening skills. Obviously tons of things on listening, but play with it a little bit. Remember that when you're citing a source, when you click on it, I don't just want you to say you got it from a communication database. Technically, you should be citing the journal article that it came from. Looks like this author's name is a little difficult to say. The author is U. Pushpalatha. The title of the article is Top-Down Approach in Enhancing Listening. And if you scroll down, it will usually tell you, here it is, and it's in a source called Language in India. So this is a communication database. The title of it is Language in India. That's what you should be citing in your speech. So title of article, author, and source title. Okay? You don't need to worry about volume, issue, pages, and all of that kind of stuff. I'll go back another stage here. If you were citing this one, for example, you would say this title is The Role of Facebook in Romantic Relationship Development. You could just go ahead and leave it at that if you don't want to say the entire long title. The source, of course, is conference papers from the ICA, the International Communication Association. And it looks like there are no authors specifically. It might be several authors in the actual paper, or in this actual article. There might be several papers with different articles. So depending on what you're using, you could cite that. All right, so please remember that that's what I want you to be doing with this. When I ask for 2 sources, this is what I'm looking for. All right, good luck, and please remember that this weekend, if you have questions about your speech, just let me know. Send me a text, send me an email. All right, good luck.